Hello everyone. I was just going to make another video. I was on the internet and I was looking at a site. It's called jwleaks.org. And on this site there is a document, and it is a certificate of incorporation for the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses USA. It's a PDF file, and it shows the articles of incorporation for the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses. It was notarized in 2002, and the document was completed in 2000. It's kind of interesting to me because it basically states in the final article that if for some reason this particular corporation is dissolved or dismantled for whatever reason, even though within the articles it states that it should be a perpetual organization or corporation, it says that after they've paid all their debts and their bills, then the monies should be transferred back to the Watchtower Bible Tract Society Incorporated of New York. But if for some reason the Watchtower Bible Tract Society of New York is no longer in existence, or if it's no longer a tax-exempt corporation, meaning that it doesn't fall within the federal income tax section of 501c3 corporation, or any corresponding future non-tax paying codes, then it should be designated by the governing body to be given to another corporation that has that status. So basically, the Watchtower Bible Tract Society is playing a shell game. Catch us if you can. You know, it's funny because, they're just basically, trying to hide. And it's interesting because 501c organizations or corporations typically do charitable work. I really don't know what charitable work they actually participate in the United States. If anyone could tell me like a specific charitable work that they do, the actual Watchtower Bible Tract Society of New York or of Pennsylvania or wherever, there any other new corporation that they have where they're actually helping people. I mean, they talk about how churches churches are an abomination, and basically all of Christendom is going to be destroyed at Armageddon. But you look at many of these 501c organizations, and a lot of them are churches, and a lot of them do have daycare centers at low cost that help people in the community, or they offer soup kitchens, or they offer a lot of other things. And I've worked within, volunteered with the 501c3 organization before, and typically you don't really have in your articles of incorporation that you want the monies to be given if it's dissolved. I mean, you can definitely do that, but the thing is that they're pushing their money to the Watchtower Bible Tract Society. So basically what they're saying is that they feel that there is a possibility for them not to exist in that same way. And I think that's something that we need to try to capitalize on and try to work diligently to get this status removed. I mean, how would they operate if they had to pay taxes? How much tax do you pay off of billions of dollars? I was thinking about what Anandu 2 was saying, how they were moving to Canada so they don't have to pay for health care for the people that work within, like Watchtower Farms or, at Bethel, because they pay these people nothing to work. So I'm pretty sure that they don't want to pay them, make sure that they have proper medical care. I mean, their idea of proper medical care, they don't want you to get a blood transfusion. They don't want to give you an opportunity to live. But I guess for them, Armageddon's right around the corner, so they really don't feel like they need to provide any medical care or coverages for for their average, simple, everyday workers, making them take oaths of poverty. You know, it's interesting. You can only attack these people in a couple of ways, and definitely shine light on the things that they're doing, like how they're, not protecting children against pedophiles. Definitely shine the light on that. But the next big thing is definitely their 501c3. So if anyone has any ideas of how we can attack that and make sure, start working on getting that removed from them. They don't have to be destroyed. They can still be there. But I want them to pay taxes. I don't want them to hide under the guise that they're doing a service to humanity. What service to humanity are they engaged in? Selling miracle wheat? Maybe? I don't know. I have a friend, she's from a country in Africa. I'm not going to specify because she hasn't really told me I could specify her name or anything. But what I will say is she's from a country in Africa. She no longer lives there. But she said when she was growing up there, the Jehovah's Witnesses were there. And they did provide food to people. But they only provided food to people who were willing to convert. If you weren't willing to convert to that, then they didn't want to provide food or shelter or housing or help to you. How loving is that? How loving is that? I tell you, they're just a shell game, just waiting, just hoping not to be found out, hoping to move the shells fast enough where no one can guess where they really are. That's why they keep opening up corporation after corporation, so they can hide themselves. But I think we need to start following the paper trail, because they have one. They can't exist without having one. And I'm pretty sure it's probably people who are much smarter than me that are probably looking into it. But you guys, I think it would be a great idea if we all continue to start trying to find out as much information about their corporation status and just start working on getting their 501c3 status removed. I'm definitely going to check into their bylaws more and some of the other things that they have for us, corporation documentation, because I'm just interested to know how their setup works. Because I definitely want to send some of that information to my mom, because anytime she hears anything bad about Jehovah's Witnesses on the news, she just tells me, no, that's not the Watchtower Bible Tract Society. That's another organization. They call themselves the Jehovah Christian Witnesses. That's not us. We're not the Christian Witnesses. I'm just like, wow, okay, really? So, they can pretty much sell anything to these drones and they'll buy it. They move these shells around, and unfortunately, I guess their people can't find them. But once you're out of the organization, you can see the Truman Show. You can see that it's all smoke and mirrors. You can see that the guy behind the curtain is just a man. And that's all. Well, that's all I had tonight. You guys have a good night.